Namaste dosto and welcome back to Basic Hindi Lessons with Abi. Before I start, I just want to say thank you, especially to those that come from TikTok. I know y'all have been waiting for such a long time, but today is the day. As you can see behind me, I have a board set up, so I will be starting from the first lesson. So if you're from TikTok, then I'm sure you'll know the content that I'll be shooting today. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for waiting. And just to make things clear, on this channel, I'll be vlogging and I'll also be teaching these languages. So some videos will be vlogs of fitness and health, and I'll also be practicing my languages. So don't get confused when you see me, posting lessons and just posting vlogs every now and then. This channel is a combination of the two. So yeah, without any waste of time, guys, let's get started. Okay, guys, as you can see, this is basic Hindi. What I'll be touching on today is just simple stuff, your pronouns, and the sentence structure of Hindi. So, as you know, in English, we have your subject, your verb, and your object. For instance, let's look at this sentence here that I made. This example, you have Ram, rides, and address. So you'll have your subject, that's Ram. You'll have your verb, that's rights, and an address, that's your object. So that's how the English language is structured. But when you look at your Hindi, on the other hand, it's a little bit different from your sentence structure in Hindi, in English. So you'll see that in Hindi you have your subject, you have your object, and your verb. So when we look at the exact same sentence in Hindi, you'll see that your verb is at the end of the sentence. So you have Ram pata likhta hai. Ram writes an address. So your address comes directly after your object, comes directly after your subject. So when it comes to Hindi, you need to make sure that you forget your sentence structure in English. Okay, don't compare English and Hindi because the sentence structure is different. So that's what I wanted to make clear in this lesson. Understand the basic sentence structure in Hindi is always subject, object, verb. The verb always goes to the end of the sentence. Is that clear? Okay. Now the basic words that you're gonna need for your first lesson is your pronouns. So your pronouns, as you know, those are the words that refer to nouns. So words like I, you, we, he, she, it. Okay, so these are your pronouns. So in this first lesson, I'm going to be focusing on the pronouns. So as you can see on the other side of this board, I have your pronouns in Hindi. One thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is most of the alphabet N at the end of this word there will be nasalized. So it's not main, like you would say in English, main. Instead, you would just say may. So the N has to be nasalized. Like you'll see as we go on, most of the N's will be nasalized, right? So I is me, and then you, when it comes to Hindi, in you we have three words, up, to, and tum. Now you're wondering what is the difference there. Simple. Up is more formal. Okay, you use it to people that you don't know. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you refer to them as up, when you want to say you refer to them as up. That shows respect as well. So it's formal. Two, you use it amongst your friends, and maybe if you know your parents as well, you can use two. But most of the time you refer to them as up, just to show respect. And the tum is the same thing. Tu and tum are more informal. Then we have we, which is hum. And then he or she. He or she has the same word. Now, as an English speaker, I know at this point you're confused. Why does the word for he and she, why is it the same word? Understand this, guys. In Hindi, there will be words that tells you which of these two you're talking about. So, the word for he and she is vo. Now, I know in a formal class they will pronounce it as vaha, but in these lessons, in my lessons, I'm not going to be too formal with these lessons. I'm going to teach you this language the exact same way that native speakers use the language. So it won't be formal, and the way I pronounce these words is just the exact same way that native speakers pronounce these words. Right, so when you follow my lessons, you would be able to understand speakers native speakers, you'll be able to talk and sound more like them. Okay, so this is not going to be those formal, boring lessons. These are just colloquial lessons, the exact same way that native speakers use the language. So for I, we have me, you have up, tu, or tum, we, hum, he or she, vo, right? So you'll see that in English, whenever you use the word I, or most of the time when you're using the word I, you have to use am. I am a doctor, I am a teacher, I am a student. That's how it works in English. When you're using the word you have to use are. You are beautiful, you are lazy, you know. We, the same thing happens. We are happy, we are working, and things like that. And he or she, he is smart, she is smart, she's beautiful, he's handsome, things like that. So in Hindi, the same thing applies. But remember this, everything, all these words here, will go to the end of the sentence, like there. Okay? Ram pata likhta hai. You'll see the hai is at the end of the sentence. Now we'll discuss this as we go on further. But now what I want you to understand is that these words will go to the end of the sentence. I am mehu. Like I said, the n at the end of the word most of the time is nasalized or it is silent. So mehu, hap hai, hum hai, vo hai. Now look at the difference here. You see when you're using the word up, the sentence ends in hai. When you're using the word hum, the sentence also ends in hai. Now you will see that hai is used when, of course, something is plural. But this is what I want you guys to understand. In Hindi, when you're referring to older people, when you're talking to someone who's older, you usually talk like in a plural form. So that's why you'll see that the sentence most of the time it ends in hai. So when you're using up, the sentence will always end in hai. When you're using he or she, the sentence ends in hai. Hai, nasalized, hai. Hai, hai. You understand now? Okay. So that's all for today, guys. We started focusing on the simple, basic sentence structure in Hindi. Then we moved on to the pronouns and how to use those pronouns. So in my second lesson, I will be focusing on how to actually use or how to form a basic present tense sentence in Hindi. So that's all for today. Thank you.